Welcome back to Starseed Essence Media. I'm Eva Rozier, your host. Tonight's episode is going to be a beautiful conversation about consciousness, awakening, feminine energy, and the mysteries of out-of-body experiences. Our guest creates content centered around emotional awareness, healing, embodiment, spirituality, and the deeper layers of experiences, especially experiences that challenge our understanding of reality itself. We're going to explore what sparked her spiritual journey, what her OBEs felt like, how consciousness changes after these experiences, relationships, and energetic alignment, and why so many people now feel like they're waking up. Welcome to the show, Lova, the Golden Goddess. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you come on.
Yeah, thank you, Eva, for having me.
So you're all the way in Bali. That's amazing.
All the way in Bali. Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful place here. It's hot, but it's definitely beautiful, and the people here are so beautiful. It's a very spiritual place to be.
Yeah.
It's a high vibration for sure.
So many people love it there, and there's a lot. I'm into yoga, so there's a lot of yoga retreats over
Me
there. I
too.
love it. Hopefully, hey, you never know, we might end up going to a yoga retreat together.
Yeah,
one day.
Exactly. Come over. Yeah, there's tons of that, like all over. There's like yoga places, and yeah, it's nice for sure.
And it's beautiful and peaceful there too.
Mm-hmm.
The picture,
yeah.
I saw your pictures, and your I'm going to tag your YouTube channel below. And you do have some amazing. I love your backgrounds and your videos. It kind of shows the falliness.
Yeah.
For people discovering you for the first time, how would you describe your channel and the messages behind your content?
My channel is mainly for my out-of-body experiences, everything that I have uncovered. I make these testimony videos, you can say, where I tell about my experiences. I just made the next video that's gonna come out is my step-by-step how I do my controlled out-of-bodies. I'm very engaged with people in there. I will answer people if they write to me in there, and like I like to have a community around it. When I started to have my spontaneous out of bodies, I wish that I had a community like this, but I was completely alone with it.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to have that for sure, because it can feel very lonely to sit with those kind of experiences and have nobody who can relate to it.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see where this goes. I know you're fairly new to creating YouTube content as well as I am.
Yeah.
And it's like, hello, y'all. We are on the scene. I say, y'all, we are on the scene now.
Hey,
We're the new people on the block, but we're here. We've been here the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. And it all comes in divine timing, because I've been thinking about it for, I knew as soon as I started to have my out of bodies that I was going to do something like this. I knew my calling was to help people wake up here and tell people about these things. But it took me a little while to get here where I actually felt like, okay, now I feel like I'm ready to share.
Yeah. It's perfect timing. I know you've had a lot of experiences, and definitely anybody listen to this, after you listen, go check her stuff out. It's pretty interesting. So your content has a very calming, emotionally aware, almost healing energy to it. Was there a specific you're welcome. Was there a specific life event or awakening that pushed you towards creating this kind of content?
As I said before, like I had been thinking about that. I wanted to do this work, you can say, where you help people wake up by, sharing my experiences and making people aware about the nature of reality. But I think it was when I met my partner, Andre, also known as the Alchemist 369. He was already doing this, and he really encouraged me to really do it, because he knew that I had some amazing experiences. And he really thought that, even like a female voice out here talking
Yeah.
about this because there's a lot of males out there
Yes.
talking about it. Yeah,
Yes.
so he thought that would be, amazing if I
Yes.
did that because it's a different energy. And
It
the way he
is.
approaches it is he's like extremely good with the science also and like really explaining things in depth. And
Mhm.
he's had some wild, big, profound experiences. So he has a completely different approach to it. It's more like the teaching,
Mhm.
you can say, because he has a lot of different things that he teaches about in
Mhm.
this whole
Methods.
field.
Yeah. Different
And
methods
also
and
just alchemy, and because he
uh-huh.
was doing a bunch of stuff before he even had the outer bodies, like he learned how to leave his body through meditation, and like he manifested crazy things in his life through learning how to manifest. He's been
Yeah.
doing these things to a high level. So that's what he is very good at, and I
Mhm.
love hearing about his experiences, like,
So
and his
so you met him how long ago?
it's a year ago, a little
A
bit
year
more
ago.
than a year ago. We met May last year. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so I think it's just he thought that the approach that I was going to bring to it was more like I talk
I
about my
think
experiences as a more
yeah.
female.
I had this whole vision and whenever earlier I was thinking, I was meditating on I kind of channel into somebody else's energy before I interview them, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's" I had this whole, like, idea, like, "You are gonna be this, teacher for women, and I'm gonna be a part of this group, this,
Mm.
new group, because there is a power within a group." I don't even like the word power personally, I'm real sensitive about everything, so the word "powers" is a strong word for me. I like to have that balance with everything, but it is in a way
Yeah,
it's like a superpower. But as far as
for
women
sure.
goes, like we need community with this
Oh
too, and I
yeah,
feel like
for
we
sure.
see things differently, do different methods, like you were talking about, the way he
Yeah,
teaches it different versus what
yeah.
you've brought about it, to it.
Yeah, it's a different approach. It's more, you can
Yes.
say he has the whole masculine energy, and I come in with the feminine energy, which is the softer
Yeah.
and, really, taking a more, I can, it's not that he doesn't do it from like a heartfelt, because he's a very empathic person for sure, but it's a different it's just two different ways of approaching it, I guess, and both has its equal rights, and
Yep.
there's people out there who needs somebody like Andre, and there's somebody out there who needs somebody like me to talk with about these things, and some
Yeah.
has both. We have also like a very mutual community. People are both in his group and in mine.
I would love to be a part of anything, like, I'm good with video stuff, like, if we
Yeah,
wanted to get just a group of people and, if we can get anybody that's interested, definitely comment below,
for
reach out,
sure.
we're gonna build the I feel like we need to build it slowly, I mean, I'm here to help in any way possible, like, wholeheartedly,
Yeah, that's
just to
so
be
nice. Yeah.
just to be a part of it, because I would love to explore this other side on with the female aspect of it. There are
Yeah.
other a lot of men teaching these OBEs, and this is where
Exactly. Yeah.
I wanna go ahead and dive right into your experience.
Yeah.
What is an OBE? And when you started to be able to control these OBEs, like the process of that.
Okay, so yeah, so an OBE, an out of body experience, is when your physical body is shut down to the point where your soul can actually leave your physical body. And there's a lot of different methods how to do this. As I said before, my partner Andre, he's very good teacher in all of these different methods because he's kind of done it all, I feel like. I have a very specific way that I do it that I found just worked the best for me. And yeah, so you can say my spontaneous out of bodies led me into Darius J. Wright. And through his teachings, I learned, some stuff there about how to go about it. I also read some books. I read a William Bullman book, Journeys something. I forget the name of it, but it's like
The Journey of
the one.
Souls. Yeah. Is it The
It's
Journey of
the one.
Souls?
It's yeah, maybe yeah. It's the one where he's.
I'm
I
the
have
same way.
read so many books. Yeah,
Me too.
I'm not
I'm the
good
same
with
way. I
titles and
look at books.
stuff, but it's the one where
Oh my gosh, I have it
he
right
talks
here.
about he's like, oh, you do. It's the black and
Wait, is
like
it this one's The
it's
Journey of
black
this
and
one is The Journey
yellowish.
of Souls? Is this one?
Journey of so
This one? No.
no.
It's
No,
kinda
that
like
did I say Michael Newton or did
no,
I say William
I don't
Bullman?
know, I was thinking about
Because I had that one too.
oh, okay.
I read that one too.
See, we're on the
Yeah.
same path. We're on the same brainwave
Yeah.
there.
Those books were actually one of the first. That book that you had there was one of the first books I got within this whole topic that really got me woed into the other side. Like,
Yes.
holy, yeah. Like, yeah, because it was so fascinating with those people. He got into deep trance and got them to the other side.
Yeah.
The book that I was talking about is a William Bullman book. He has done out of bodies for 40 years. And in this book, he explains how it started for him. He tells about different out of body experiences. He also have a lot of tools in the book that I also have adapted into my practice. So, and after meeting Andre, he's also giving me some tips and tricks. So I have kind of taken bits and pieces here and
Yeah.
there and built my own. And that's what I encourage
Exactly.
people to do, because it's not a one
Yes.
size fits all. You know,
No, it is not.
it's all different. Some like to lay down for hours and wait till sleep paralysis kicks in.
Uh-huh.
I've tried that. It doesn't really work for me. And also I can have it pretty naturally if I just wake myself up during the night, do my affirmations and these things. And most times it will happen for me like that.
So, okay, with your most recent out of body experience, tell us exactly what happened when you had that experience.
The last experience I had, I actually also have a video about this experience that was
Uh-huh.
here, and it was a spontaneous one. So I came out of my body, and when it's spontaneous, it can be a little bit very unclear when you come out because your consciousness, because you're not really ready for it, you didn't prepare
Uh-huh.
mentally to come out of your body. So in the beginning, it will be more like a, you can say, astral projection type of consciousness. And when I say that, it's because it's not really the same thing.
Yeah.
People think it is, but it's actually two different levels of it's both. You're out of your body regardless, but
Yeah.
a real out of body experience, you're physical. You
Mhm.
have a physical body.
Yes.
If you're astral projecting, it's only your consciousness that
Consciousness. Yeah.
travels. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, when I came out that day, that night, my consciousness wasn't fully there. So what I do is like I come in my awareness by looking at my hands, and I just keep doing that always until it lights up and I can see my hands and I can speak and I'm physical, and everything is clear as a day. So when I did that, I was in the garden and I knew where I was in the garden. And all of a sudden, like the grass was like extremely high. So it was like I was really tiny or something. I was like, okay. So I started to walk, and then all of a sudden these two guys come. And I'm like, oh, there you are. I was apparently waiting for them. And it's so funny because in out of body experiences, things can make completely sense when you're in it. But
Kinda like
then when you
Alice in
wake up, you're
Wonderland.
like, yeah, exactly. But then when you wake up, you're like, what happened there? What was that? You know, but when you're in it, it can make sense. But
Yeah.
I guess I was waiting for them. And the experience, I think I remember I felt like one of the guys was Andre and the other one was a friend. And so I said, come here. And then we go into like this kind of gate thing. And it's like a big cage and it goes down. And I see these tiny elephants over here, tiny elephants, and they come running towards me, and I felt like I knew them, so I was like saying hi to them. So funny. And then we go into the cage, and I tell them, "Okay, guys, look for clues. We have to find out where we are and what this is, because that's what I always like to do. You know, I like to find out where I am ask people
Uh-huh.
what my name is because sometimes my name will not be Lova, and then I know I'm in a past life experience. I've had those also. So we started to look for clues, and I then start to go down where the elephants came from. And around the corner, I see a man sitting with his, legs like the yoga position. And then
Uh-huh.
he's just sitting there, and I walk up to him and I say, "Oh, hey." And then I say, like, "What is going on here?" And like, "What is this?" And he tells me that we're here because one of the guys had some kind of belief system about something that we were here helping him with. And I was like, "But this is my experience. I want to have some, I want to access some of my soul
Yeah.
records or
This
something,
is my
you
outer
know?
body.
Yes, this is mine. Why do I have to do this?" Yeah, that was kind of funny. And then I look that way and then I see small like kids sitting on the floor playing like kindergarten kids that age. I didn't walk over there or anything. I just noticed they were there. And shortly after I had spoken to, oh yeah, I asked him, "Are you my spirit guide?" Because sometimes they just show up like that. And I was like, are you my spirit guide? Is that why you're here? He said, "No, it wasn't really that, but we did know each other." And I've tried that before with another, you can say, spirit guide, where they're
Yeah. Are
like,
you my
it's
guide?
not really
Take
what
me
it is, but
somewhere.
we're
Yeah.
friends.
I've
Yeah.
heard you're supposed to like like in that space, you're supposed to like command, take me here. Or,
Yeah.
you're supposed to command, let's do this. Like you're
Yeah,
supposed to
you can
be
do
in
that.
control.
Yeah, you can
I've had a lot
definitely
of
do
it,
that.
astral, like so as far as being out of body, in my body, like some people can
Yeah.
get out of their body and stomp on the ground and
And what? And what you
stomp
said?
on the ground, like make the ground stomp, like make it a sound, like a thump for real.
Oh
They can get,
yeah, physically.
yeah, physically.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I've only been able to my consciousness, like, I can fly, like, all of a sudden, I'll find myself way over, like, on the other side of the United States, like, in California, and I know,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm going
Amazing.
over California, I'm going over Arizona," but it's so fast, I can see all the sand dunes and all the deserts and
Wow.
ocean, but it's just my consciousness, it's not my
Yeah.
body.
Astral
So
projection, yeah. But it's
versus
pretty
the
cool
outer body.
too. Are
Yeah,
you are
it's
you
fun.
only here in realm 1 when you do it, like, on Earth? Are you roaming around here, or have you been
Been
other
to I've
places,
been
seen
I
beings, or
as I've been to other planets in different
Mhm.
states of but it's all through, like, a lot of lucid dreams, which,
Mm.
you can get into the outer body state through a
Yeah,
lucid dream, but it
for
does take
sure.
practice, like, training the brain. It does
Yeah,
take discipline,
for
it
sure.
really does. I mean, it's
I've
not
tried it
something
a
that
few
you can just
times.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been able to do it. I know it's Andre's favorite way to do it. He's really good at doing that. He's
Mhm.
like the master of really doing those things. I tried. I have tried really having a full out of body in my dream state, like being
Mhm.
fully aware because I was looking at
Yeah.
my hands, I was fully there, but I was not
Yeah.
able to come out of it. So I was just, in that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had, like, UFO rides with other beings and stuff like this, but this all in my,
That's
like,
exciting.
lucid dreams, but I'll
Yeah,
tell you, as far as, like, people are gonna wonder, "Is it drug related?" I can tell you, I don't take any form I don't I'm really strict about medicines. I'm not
yeah,
somebody that takes I'm not diagnosed with any kind of disorder. I don't take
mhm,
any prescription medicines. I'm very pretty much we'll say I'm as healthy as I try to be. I like chocolate and stuff like that, but
yeah,
I'm not, like, super fanatical about it, but I'm healthy, and,
mhm.
a lot of people do wonder about that too. So, what is your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, I love to eat some ice cream or something like that, that I like, but I like to try and keep for me it works good to say I have this day as a cheat day just because I find that it's better. Like I feel overall better in my body when I live healthier. We also fast, me and my partner, 20 hours a day.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we've done that for a couple of years now, I believe. And like, it's just been the best. Like,
yeah.
yeah, because
So I think that's a big
Yeah.
part, and to be able to do this practice, you have to be in a I know for me, I've had the most profound experiences when I was doing the fast.
Mhm.
And it takes
Yeah.
discipline. Life gets hard, like, not everybody can do that. It does take
Yeah.
sacrifice, really, honestly, too, and
Yeah.
discipline, so it's not a fast food thing. Anybody listening to this out-of-body experiences, we're talking about actually getting out of the body and having an astral body, not astral projecting your consciousness, but actually having you as you, another version of you, like a ghost in a sense. You can even
Yeah,
turn
it
around
it
and look
is
at
you.
yourself, but it's you. So there's a technique, and this is what we're talking about. If you've never heard this before, there's a lot of information and content on it. You can go to Lova's YouTube channel. This is one of her missions to bring this awareness about this.
Yeah.
And I can tell she's really passionate. I can tell she's passionate about it. I reached out to her because I'm like, I had this nudge, like, oh my gosh, this is like, we're the new people on the block. We're the new ones coming
Yeah.
out here and talking. Like, who are these people all coming out of the
Yeah.
woodworks? They've
I
never seen their
know.
faces before, but here we are,
Yeah.
and we're doing these amazing things, and it's because the feminine energy, there's this shift that's happening right now, and the
For
feminine
sure.
energy, there's been an imbalance between male and female. I know anybody that listening, whether you're male or female, you know that and you've sensed that.
Yeah.
So, I don't I just
Yeah,
kinda
for sure.
rambled just there, going off the
No, that's
script.
okay. No, and it's true. Like we do need more of that because it's been such a male-driven world for centuries, and
Mm,
so there's been like this big imbalance energetically here, and the female energy is all about the heart space.
yeah,
So, and
nurturing.
that's definitely where we're heading for sure. I think a lot of people feel it, us who's definitely in these, you can say, spiritual communities, or for sure, I guess you can say very aware of it because we probably think about these things on a daily basis more than other people, but I
Yeah,
think I think it's definitely where we're heading for sure. Yeah.
more and more. Why are more and more people interested in learning about this, do you think?
I think there's something going on deep within us. I believe it's our souls who's really trying to, tell us,
Yeah.
wake up. This is not base reality. This is not all there is.
Yes.
And yeah, I
We're
think
like these
that's
little
Yeah, it's a
little
calling from deep within. If you feel drawn to it, if you feel, that there's something there, it's because your soul is trying to tell you something. Yeah, it's for a reason.
So, what how I know that you're, a year into doing this, the methods and the practice, and it's not anything fast food, but I know you've had many experiences. Can you just highlight your very favorite experience out of body or something that impacted you? Now, I do remember watching one of you where you said you popped out of your body and you looked back at yourself and wondered, "Who is that girl? Like, who is she or who was I on the other side?"
Oh yeah. Yeah, was that where I was, cuz I've had a few of those, but there was one where I was like, I came out of my body and I was like, wait, who is that there? Who is that laying there? And I was like, it's me. That's my body. And I was just touching my back. I was like, oh, I'm so soft. I don't know why I did that, but like that, yeah, that was pretty funny. The first time I really managed to turn around and see myself and touch my physical body. Yeah,
Wow.
that was also, yeah, that was pretty cool. But
I bet you're like, "Is this real?"
yeah, and it really segments it, when you do that for sure. But yeah, I've had so many, but for sure some of the beings that I've met, my spirit guide, seen it. When I met her, that was a really big experience, and it was the first experience I had where I accessed my soul records. It was the first like really clear out of body experience where I was like 100% there. And like, yeah, that was amazing. I'm going to make a video about that also at some point.
Yeah.
No, wait, I did that. I did do that. It's actually it is on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I did do
C
that. And
So
then
what did you find in your soul records? Like, what did that I know it's, like, different dimensional realms. Can you describe it really quick?
in that experience, it came in through pictures
Okay.
that was moving like a little movie. Yeah, that was put out for me. Yeah. So I looked at it and I just could see all of these memories was mine.
Wow.
I recognized everything and it was like a
Wow.
whole bunch of
Like
pictures
you're
and they
holding
were
a book and you're like, "What in the world? Where did that?" That's
yeah,
memories.
yeah. Yeah, and it's like the pictures was I remember thinking they were so vibrant in the colors, like whoa, and they were moving like a tiny video. So somebody or myself, I don't know how that works, but had put out also a tiny little makeup bag with my old makeup in it from when I was like an early teenager. I remember laying on the grass and just, empty it and just looking at everything. And I think what struck to me was the smell from the lip gloss. You remember how that smell was like back, like when they first started to make them, it
Yeah.
had a bit very perfume. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wait, this is my old makeup. That's so funny.
I was mine was already always meshed with a little bit of a pencil shavings, like pencil
Yeah.
the pencil
It
smell
just
and the lipstick and the gloss.
Yeah, it was very like, and then the wide eyeliner over the eye I had, and the blue eyeshadow on top of it, and like just, it was just
That
funny,
is
and that was what
wild.
was in it. I don't
That
know
is
why
wild.
that was there. It was just kind of funny.
That's why, this consciousness, like, the consciousness aspect of it, is
Mm-hmm.
my questions lately have been like, is okay, so what is consciousness? Consciousness, is it something within us and on the outside of us? Are we all connected to this unified field? Or is consciousness the soul? Is the soul spirit? Is the soul consciousness? Is the spirit soul? Is spirit consciousness? Like you can get like, "Huh, what's going on here?" Because
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A
there's a
rabbit
lot of
hole.
discussion about that. Yes, it's like,
Well,
okay,
actually, my partner, Andre, he's very good at explaining these things. He has a very, very down to earth and easy way of make people understand how these things actually work.
yeah.
But yeah, it's all a part of each other. You can say it's all connected. But yeah, our soul has different layers. You can say, and that's also why your consciousness can travel without it actually having its physical soul body, because our soul, when we are in our full soul divinity, it's physical, and of course there's places outside of this construct that we're in where we don't have or don't need a physical body.
Yeah.
But
You don't need
yeah,
a
it's
ship.
all
You don't even need the
yeah,
ship.
like
You can travel to
yeah,
other dimensional realms of existence. You can go through stars. Darius
yeah,
also talks about stars. He's like, what we're taught about stars is not true. They're actually
yeah, for
portals,
sure.
and then they
They're
also can be
portals.
actually beings living in their own little heaven state of being
Yeah,
as a star.
kingdoms, different kingdoms and
Kingdoms and
and
realms.
time periods, and yeah, for
That
sure.
is it's so wild to think about.
It is wild. Yeah, I think but it's also for me, I think people who is very much likes to identify themselves from as being here, they get scared when they hear these things because they don't know like how to think about it. For me, I find peace with it. Like
Yeah.
for me, it gives me peace to know that there's so much more, and like the nature of reality is so much more vast and wild than any movie or
It
series that you
is.
could ever watch. It's like everything all at once,
Yeah.
and then more,
Yeah, and
but
that's
I
what I
love
was
that.
talking like, whenever I was hitting on, like, the no pharmaceuticals, well, I will tell you that when you have these experiences in this other dimensional, it's almost like your brain goes into a way you feel like sometimes you feel like you're on drugs or something, and, like, something like you're tripping or
Yeah,
something in your dreams because it's so hilarious. Like, you
yep,
just crack up laughing, and you're like, "What is going on here? This is crazy." Like, I know it has to
yeah.
be a dream. Have you ever seen anybody else in that other state where they're kinda just sitting there, they don't know that they're out of body? Like, they're just a kind of a shell or sitting there dumbfounded like a frozen look on their face or anything?
I've been to different dimensions, other realities where I met people that when I told them, because, when I'm out of my body, I'm like, hey guys, and, can you tell me where I am? And like, I'm an out of body traveler. I'm actually out of my body right now. Or like, and some will be like, hmm? Look at me like, what?
They don't know
So
they're out
it's,
of body.
yeah, it's like they don't necessarily know, just because they're not here in the physical, and they're in like another reality dimension, you can say, because they're not incarnated here. They don't necessarily know what is going on, or that you can travel through all of these things out of your body. Like, yeah, not everybody knows. So sometimes they will just look at me like, hmm,
I've
what is,
I've
uh,
seen little fairies in the out of body. I've seen little fairies
yeah,
come, like, just one little ball, like, it'll be, like, in my bedroom, but
yeah,
I'm in that state of, like, I'm not quite all the way in my body asleep, but I'm awake and my consciousness is, like, I'm watching this little fairy, like, buzz along. It sounds absolutely wild to even think that our brains come up with this stuff, but it's more real than you can describe. Like, it's more real than real
they're
when you're
real.
in that.
They
It's
are
like
real.
you can touch
Oh, yeah.
and hear the
Yeah.
sounds and the buzzing and
Yeah.
everything, and
Everything is
these
heightened,
orb
like
yeah, and
super heightened.
there's, like, orb or they're I guess you would call in the sense of, like, Elohim type beings that you can interact with, especially in the other dimensions,
Yeah, there's many kinds. There's
and
so
they
many kinds of beings. I've seen so many funny, cute looking little what I didn't even know what it was. But they were
like, how do
just
you
really
describe
cute.
like a
You
little
know?
like a little
Yeah.
pixie or something.
Yeah, I in one of my out of body experiences where I was entering a past life of mine, as soon as I got out of my house, I was in a different place and I saw these tiny little blue shiny beings. They were like roundish and they were just down there. I think there was like 5 of them and I picked one of them up. I was like, huh,
Why are
what
you
is
so
this
little?
little fella here?
So
Yeah,
you're
I
like,
just
you're going from being, like, super tiny to being really big, kinda like the Alice in Wonderland type. It does this. It's like
I've
awakening
never
in the
done that
brain.
before. Yeah, that experience, the recent one that I had, I've never had that experience where I felt like I was very tiny. Like that was the first. There's always a first for something. There's also always something where I'm like, I've never had that before. That's
You should have been looking for the little mushrooms to eat to see if you can grow big or
yeah,
whatever,
see
the
what was
cookies or the
there.
drinking the stuff, like, "Oh, here it is." Or some
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, but it's funny, and that's what I like about it because it's always a surprise. You never know what you're gonna get yourself into, what you're gonna experience. It's
yeah.
always very fun. Yeah.
I know with these out of body experiences, there's a lot of people, and the studies have proven that the power of the group, like we were talking about earlier, like doing
Mm.
group
Yep.
things. Have you ever done any kind of experiments? I know you talked about with your partner, but with like a group of people, or if not, are you open to doing
Mm.
that? I'm very open to anything with this. I love the experimental aspect of this so we can
Yeah.
understand it.
My partner Andre, he has a website, and on there he has a community, and he makes all these. He has like a once a week
Mhm.
topic where he will teach about something, and it's all different things, but yeah, they just went through different techniques for out of body. Me personally, I did it when I first entered Darius' course. We had the targeting number. That was the first thing that was, happening when I got into his method. And I did manage to come out and look at the number. So to give people a little context, it was you were gonna write on 9 different papers. You were gonna write 1 to 9 each on one paper, and then you were gonna blend it. You were gonna pick a paper with a number without knowing what it is and just put it somewhere you could look at when you got out of your body. I put mine on the stove. I always put my stuff on my stove in my kitchen. And I got out, and when I went there, I saw the paper and I was like, yay, I'm going to see the number. And then I picked it up, but there was no number, but there was a whole bunch of black writing, symbols. And
Wow.
I was like, what is this? And I turned it around and was like, what? why is there no number?
Huh.
What am I looking at here?
Yeah.
And then I spoke to Darius about it, and he told me that that was actually very common. Like sometimes your soul's frequency will bleed through
Mhm.
when you write a symbol number, then when you're
Yeah.
out of body, you will see your soul's imprint on the paper. And yeah, they have tried that before with that same, you can see testing where they have had people seeing stuff like that. So yeah, I found out it was like some ancient writing and I
Yeah,
never
I'm
knew
seeing
what it
it in my
was,
mind.
but
I get hits with stuff like that. If I can visualize it in my mind, that means it really happened. That's how I, like, judge truth of things that people are telling me, and in my
yeah,
mind, I was, like, seeing it and feeling like seeing, like, the it's like ancient hieroglyphic, like an
yeah,
alternate reality where we may not even use the same numbers and
yeah,
letters.
it looked completely different. You
Yeah,
know,
very
but it
wow.
was the language and the written language back from the first, you can say humans or God humans here was very powerful because the word in itself is frequency, and
Yeah.
they knew how, like, they didn't just talk to talk, they only spoke with intent, and
Mhm.
every word they had meant something specific that was very powerful. That was how they could actually move physical objects and do stuff with this. So yeah, it is very
Yeah.
yeah,
I
the
always tell
words have
everybody
power.
you've got the all the logos, which is the cosmos of everything at the tip of your tongue. The word
Yeah,
is the logos. The word is it all. You know, what you
yeah,
say becomes, and a lot of unfortunately, we
for
do have
sure.
to learn lessons here because we do say we manifest bad things in our life just by telling ourselves that, and
We do. And people don't realize how much their energy is affecting the room that they're in.
yeah.
So, me and Andre, we went to a spoon bending class.
Mhm.
And you may think like, what is that? Like, it sounds a little funny, but it's actually where the whole point of it is you're going to bend a spoon with your energy, with your energy and your thoughts, you can say, like the will of your soul. And the spoons, you test it first. You will try and see if you can bend it, and you definitely cannot. Some spoons are just not,
Really hard,
you
yeah.
can't bend it. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Very hard metal. And so, yeah, so she gave us all a spoon and she told us how to do it. And yeah, I think we were like 7 people out of 20 who managed to do it. And I did
Wow.
it
I
4
was a
times.
wow.
Yep.
Wow. That is cool looking. And
Hmm.
you did it with just your thoughts?
Yeah, I was sitting with it. Just first, I was meditating on it, and I was
Okay.
envisioning some things, and was just feeling the energy coming, down through my
Mhm.
crown, down to my heart, out in my arms, and just feeling the energy in my fingers. And
Mm,
nothing was happening until I started talking to the guy sitting next to me, and that was where I let it go. Because
mhm,
you have to let it go and not be like this has to happen. In the
mhm,
moment you let go and your frequency rises, because I remember we were talking just for like a minute and then we were laughing just a little bit. And as soon as I laughed, that's when it happened. And she did say that was, a, a
wow.
good way to
And it
do
just
it.
kinda
And
did that in your hand, just
it
like
just
melt?
bended. I swear to you, it
Wow.
just melted in my hand
And you're like,
like that. Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm doing it. Yeah. And then I did it more times. Like I did it 4 times. So
yeah.
yeah, that was,
I've
and
tried to
it's,
do it.
this,
I've tried to do it, and it's a practice, and I'll try to do it, and I do it in ways, like, not where I could just look at it, and I
yeah,
know I
not look
haven't
at it.
really
You sit with it.
but yeah, I've
Yeah.
sat with it, and it just gets, like, malleable, like Play-Doh. Like,
Mhm.
you can roll it easy.
Yeah, and it's funny, and it really just shows that, you know, physical existence as we know it is not what people actually think it is,
No.
It's not a
You
solid
yeah, you can
thing.
affect everything. You can actually there
Mhm.
was a
Yeah,
guy that
and
just
do.
came out a guy just came out and talked about how there was our government was studying consciousness kind of discreetly or secretively, and he was basically saying that they've proven that our consciousness affects everything. Like you can go
Yeah.
into, you could basically become the light. You can become the spoon. You can become the bedpost. You can
Exactly.
become anything. Like you can become another being. I mean, I'm
It's
learning
true.
too as
Because
it,
everything is, yeah, connected.
it's wild to think about. It's that quantum
Yeah.
entanglement and the consciousness aspect of it.
Yeah.
And
That everything has its own consciousness, you can say its own energy field, and when you merge with that, then you become it, become a part of it, and that's when you can bend it. Yeah.
well, let's see. There was this. Okay, starseed. Okay, many people in the Starseed Essence audience feel deeply connected to the idea that humanity is going through a consciousness shift. What are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like there's a big shift going on right now?
Oh, yeah, there definitely is. And also, we're like the time we're entering now is gonna be with open contact for sure. Like we're gonna everybody's gonna know that we're not alone here. And that is gonna be a big game changer. It's gonna
Yeah,
shock for sure a lot of
yeah,
people, the ones
yeah.
who are not ready for it, but it
Uh-huh.
will help people raise their awareness like that. Because, as soon as
Well,
people know that, okay, what else then is true? If they lied
right.
about this, what else did they lie about? And people will start questioning everything. Yeah.
It is true.
So,
It is very true. They start like I feel like when once AI came out, that I feel like once this AI is exponentially growing as fast as it's growing, that we're more and more kind of latching on to trying to understand what sentience is, what
mm,
consciousness is.
yeah,
And I think that this is a big part of it. And knowing that we
yeah,
are not our bodies, we are not this physical body, we're more than that. And
for
I know
sure.
that our time is getting up and we're coming to a close here.
We're coming to a close. Yeah.
Yes. And so do you want me to link your partner's website below or link it
Yeah,
into the
also yeah, for
episode?
sure. Because if
What
people because yeah, because I love to help people, but I encourage people to come into to Andre's teachings if they really wanna like, start that process of, having a
yeah,
mentor. Because having a mentor with these things is,
it's
very, very
important. I
important
feel like it's
because
important. It's
yeah,
like a sensei, the sensei or the
yeah,
teacher, student, student,
yeah,
teacher.
yeah, and
Always. And
I'm always yeah. But it is, and that like it changed so much for me when I did that myself. It just to have the community and to have something to lean upon in terms of, oh, this is what that is, and that's what that is, and this is what I can do, and this is
uh-huh.
just all of those things. And in Andre's teachings, I'm always in there as well. I always participate in his classes and
So
everything
what is
also.
his website?
His website is The Alchemist 369, I believe. Let me
Okay.
just check it real quick.
It's like, The Alchemist 369 www dot
I
the
think
alchemist.
so. I will see here. Yeah, thealchemist369.com.
Okay. The
And
alchemist 369.com. I like the 369. We were just talking about that. Ding ding.
yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Yeah, I get that a lot. The ringing.
Mhm.
I have a website also,
Okay.
lovazeniia.com. I'm also a certified healer, so I offer healing 101 and yeah, and I also make music. I'm a
Okay.
musician, so people can also find my music through
And
there.
I feel like once you're open up it kinda opens up your musical aspect to yourself. I think a lot of people that are experiencers
Yeah.
with these types of things are also musicians. It's
Yeah, it
wild.
goes
It goes hand in hand.
yeah, it's so true, and it's because there's a lot of music on the other side.
Mhm. It's the verse.
It's a part yeah, because that's also frequency, and
Mhm.
we've since the beginning that humans or, the God humans started to come here, music have been a big part of, culture here, always,
Mhm.
forever. It's
Always.
never not been there. So,
Yep.
yeah,
Don't die with the
for
music
sure.
still inside. Create music. I always tell everybody that. Create music.
Yeah, even just for fun, even just for the pleasure of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's the playing part. Have fun,
it is.
play.
Yeah, it is
So,
because it is fun. Yeah.
this has been such a beautiful conversation. Thank you for sharing your experiences, your vulnerability, and your perspective on consciousness and healing. Where can people find your work and connect with your channel? I know we just talked about your website. Is there another way that they can contact you if they want to
Yeah.
contact you and ask you questions?
Yeah, first I want to say thank you, Ava, so much for having me, and
Yep.
it's been a pleasure. And yeah, people can also find me on Instagram, which is also Lova Zeniia.
Okay.
So I have my Instagram that I use, and then my YouTube channel, Lova Zeniia, and my website, lovazeniia.com.
Thank you so much for coming on. Namaste. Beautiful soul.
Namaste. Yeah,
Have
it
a
was a
most beautiful rest
pleasure.
of your day,
Nice to meet you. You too.
and very nice to meet you. I'm glad we did this, and I will,
Yeah,
get with you
me
and
too.
send you links and everything.
We'll stay in
We'll
contact.
stay in contact. Let's do some, group experience. I'm up
Yeah,
for it. I'm
me
really, really
too.
interested in it, and
Let's see what we can do with it.
let's
Yeah,
do.
it's fun.
Alright. Until next
All
time.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
In a universe of infinite stars, you are not separate. You are part of the whole. Welcome to Starseed Essence Media, the portal between worlds where consciousness meets the cosmos, and truth is remembered, not taught. Let's begin.